Hello there, Deathwish, and welcome. We're starting here in just a moment, and should ideally be a good day. We did have Singapore fall yesterday, so that should be quite helpful to us. We do have a lot of forces that are going to be rest and recovering right now, just so we can actually build up for the next phase of operations, which are likely going to be... I'm going to say likely it's going to be into Java. That's the way I'm kind of leaning at this moment in time. We'll finish up Java, something of that nature, and then we can concentrate towards Burma. Burma's going to be one of those which is going to be a pain in the ass, but I've got a way that we can actually deal with his build-up, which does involve a large amount of AKEs. So looking for 15. An infamous day, there we go. How you doing there, Doom? Good to have you, my man. Hope you're doing well. Get started real quick. We do have some orders in place today. Can't recall if we had anything particularly stupendous. Yeah, Battle for Chungking. You know it. You know that, Pamantia. Now, I was moving a number of the key 43s towards the trying to forget the area. New Caledonia and north of New Caledonia. Southern area, I suppose we could potentially call it. We might have our bombardment going today. It should be due to go in today. Yes, the southern area. So there's like New Caledonia, Talagi, that sort of area. The Hebrides, Shortlands, that sort of area down that way, really. Key 43s are being moved that way, but not too far out now. We do see an AK over there. We do have a missile torpedo, but if that doesn't have an escort, then just feel free to use deck guns. The Alaskan, interesting. Right. That's interesting. S-34 here. I wonder what that force was. It did seem to be rather... That's interesting, then. I can't really recall him having any sorts of service forces out that way. We are sweeping mines over here at Singapore. Ideally, we do not get hit by any of the said mines, but they're doing well enough. Might take them about 2 days, perhaps. We'll see. Now, he did take Baker Island, which was an island with essentially nothing on it. Ideally, he gets Victory Disease. Oh, we see a large AK there. We do hit. Very nice. The City of Elwood. So I-9 there. We do see defended by the DD Dale. He does have an escort on this, which is good to see. But we do get, was that 2 torpedoes into the City of Elwood, which is a really interesting name. Does make you wonder where the actual names of these ships do come from. Now we are operating in deep waters here. We'll take some damage, as we are taking some damage here. Shouldn't be too bad. But she's done her job. She's hit that ship there. I do not know what was aboard that ship, but I can't imagine it'd be something he would like to be torpedoed. City of Elwood, so we see the Windrush over here. We see San Lucas, so we have 2 into the City of Elwood, which is a good way to go. I suppose it would have been nice to have had torpedoes into multiple ships here, but yeah, they can only usually ever hit 1. I don't think I've ever seen a submarine hit 2 ships, and it sounds like she goes down. Yes, City of Elwood there did sink. That's good news then. I do wonder what was aboard there. So do you see our BBs engaging SS Permit over here? Okay. Permit once again. Kinsuyo. That's interesting. I don't think that one's actually... She's more like a Korean name, maybe. Or it might be like using kanji in that one. Kinsuyo. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up that one. Right, moving into the day phase. Continue to sweep the mines here at Singapore. So it would have been nice to have seen what was actually in the Baker Task Force. I don't think I ever got a measure of what the unit was. We do see hit but no explosion. That is a big jug there, so that is San Raphael. But we do see there's a number of ships here, so we'll continue to chase that. We see an AVP here. And we hit the AVP. I will take the AVP. Very nice. On fire, heavy damage. Good turn for our submarines, and she goes down. That's actually really quite valuable to sink there. But an AVP is rather intriguing, considering it actually allows them to have aviation support. Oh, so allied PT? Oh, that's intriguing, man. Okay. They might have been searching on a low threat threshold. AVP outlet of Wallace Island. Reported hit. We are seeing ships just off the Aussie coast. So he has a build-up of assets right now, which is intriguing. We do see these subs in the area, but we do actually have our Key 48 with the ASW pilots, extraordinaires, actually attacking them, making their life generally quite hard. Quite difficult, really. Into the airstrikes. Sonoy's attacking Bataan. I don't imagine he's fortifying. I mean, not that we're actually hitting the airfield here, to be honest. It might be worthwhile just sending these guys out somewhere else or just keeping them training, really. Something to bear in mind, really. What altitude are they flying at? But I imagine he actually has a decent amount of A. Let's see, what altitude are we at here? 20, wow. Right, we'll be moving here into the PM phase. How you doing there, Dramporos? Good to have you, my man. Well, in this game, this was my first blind bang email, so not very well, not very well. This is a different game to the one you saw there last night there, Deathwish. So, yeah, this is the one that, this is my cross to bear here. But we're accelerated things, really. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, you can see in this game we're in March 21st. Right, so fairly quiet PM phase there. Now, I do believe we have an attack scheduled for Port Moresby today, if I recall. We have our bombardment over here, then. So they have managed to make it through, which is quite nice. It's a daylight bombardment as well, so it should be fairly effective. I mean, they will have spotter aircraft, but the fact it's daylight does make it actually far easier for them to target. So we'll go ahead and we'll speed things up here. So we have Mogami, we had Bakuma, Atago, Takao. There we go. We do inflict 288 casualties here then, which is not too bad. We have 34 non-combatants destroyed there, 3 disabled, 1 gun destroyed, 4 disabled. Interesting, we don't see squads there. That's a shame. We do have 5 hits on the airbase. We have 3 hits here on the airbase supply. We have 37 hits on the runway, 10 hits on the actual port, and we have 4 hits on the port supply. And that's actually really good because it doesn't have that much supply to begin with. I think we saw something about low supply at some point in the near... I think it was like some point we saw low supply. That's just off to Lagi. He hits the cruiser mine lab and doesn't actually blow it. Very nice. The Mummy's Curse does not strike in this game. Had this been the Dadman game, that would have been dead. Because apparently Dadman subs just have a thing for cruiser mine layers. Right, moving into the land attack phase. We do have our deliberate attack over here at Moresby then. We do see there Port Moresby Brigade, the 44th Indian Brigade, 45th Indian Brigade. They're looking... they're alright, I suppose, as far as it goes. They will eventually crumble, especially as we are hitting their supply with that bombardment. They should have a decent amount of disruption and fatigue from said bombardment. Oh! And the fall of Moresby. Oh, he retreats there. That's a pain in the arse. Where's he retreating towards? Sidor. Where the hell's Sidor? Well, that's not what I was wanting then. I was hoping he would... Oh, well, that surrenders at least, but... Where did he retreat to, then? To the north? Where the hell's Sidor? Is that Sidor? Okay. If he's tracing supply from Sidor, I'm really quite impressed. And we do finally see Port Moresby here today. That's very good, then. We will prepare the actual stage then to have Port Moresby cleaned of mines. We'll have an aviation unit moved in there. Port Moresby is... It's nice, but it's not exactly amazing. It's useful. But we do have here then, so 4 squads on the final day, destroyed, 14 disabled there. The 56th Division has finally done it. We didn't see any lack of supply, which is intriguing then. But we have the base now, so he's not... Well, this is it. The supply he has is going to be inside the actual hexel with him. Nothing else there. So 4 level 0. Yep, we're getting that pretty damn well down. So 3,115 casualties, 88 destroyed, 6 disabled, 148 non-combatants destroyed, 11 disabled, 29 engineers destroyed, 0 disabled, obviously because they're all dead, as far as we can see. 23 guns are lost, 1 disabled, 23 vehicles destroyed, 1 unit destroyed, 6 retreat. I wanted him to surrender, in all honesty. It is a bit of a pain in the arse because he still has a decent amount of AV there. But what I'll be able to do in the near future then is go ahead and just set up bombardments on that force and just try to reduce it as much as possible. He doesn't have that much in the way of fighter capacity. I just would have preferred him to have surrendered, really. But there we go, we do have a fall of Port Moresby, and it looks like we don't have any other attacks here today. Fortifications, Panabishirojima, fair enough. Buna has been built up to size 1 airfield, which is good. Gazmarta expanded fortifications. Gonna have to double check that, I might click the wrong button. But that's good, so we do have a fall of Port Moresby here today, which is very nice. Just after the fall of Singapore, which is quite good actually. Interesting how they were tied together. That works well. Would have preferred him to surrender, frankly. In all honesty, I would have preferred to have continued the fight at Port Moresby if I had known about Sidor. So we'll take a look and see where that base is. It might be like a dot base I've missed, but I can't imagine he'll have much in the way of supply now. Those units are kind of shot. Would have been nice to just wipe them out completely and force them to surrender, but hey-ho. But we have Buna being built up now, which is good. Obviously, we won't have as much in the way of supply. Requirements, I mean, with Port Moresby secured, we have that base. It's a shot base, but it's good to have. Yeah, and as you say there, Parmentier, where's Sidor? Let me zoom in here. I thought there's a dot base there. Where is Sidor? That's not Sidor. North of Ley? Oh, what? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Whoa. There we go. Okay. So... okay. Yeah. Alright, then. Yeah, okay. Alright. Alright, here's what it is then. Speaking of the units of delay, we have all those fellows in movement mode as they're moving out here. And that's fair enough. So, yeah. Took the bases. I kind of wish we'd taken that one, but hey-ho. Hey, done that toaster? What's that? Toaster, toast, toasty. And this map gives me perspective on how humans made it to Australia so early. Well, I mean, this is if you can move your way across there. I don't imagine it would have been an easy trek, but it would have been doable, really. Would have been viable. Right, we'll take a look then at Moresby. So I can imagine Moresby shot, yeah. The airfield's completely destroyed there. The runway not so bad, if you could say that. Port is essentially destroyed there. Yeah, we catch it with nothing in here. Absolutely nothing in here. But that's fine, we have it. What I have the beauty of doing now is actually just have these units broken up into 3 so they can recover sooner rather than later. We do have some engineers here. They've got a hell of a job on their hands, but they need to recover as well. A couple IGA, but we'll have them just rest and train. The base doesn't particularly matter that much, really. Is that good enough island where you have troops but not captured it? Let's see. That island where we had troops there but couldn't capture was an island in the Dutch East Indies, actually. And I think that was apparently due to a storm or terrible weather in that area. I don't think we have troops in... Oh, no, we have troops on Ferguson. Where the hell is... Oh, so that's good enough island. Yeah, we don't have troops there right now, but we will do. Okay. Yeah, so fairly happy about that then. Obviously I would have preferred them to surrender. I think it's kind of clutch at straws that they can retreat towards Sidor, but okay. As you do. If I'd had a unit there or something like that just to block that, then we would have had that. Yeah, I know, right. How many hexes are there away? So, 6 hexes, yeah. I can't imagine there being any supply there, but it's a friendly base, so they'll retreat there, apparently. So they're going to retreat towards the lake. They can go ahead and retreat towards an internment camp. That would have been preferable. Ah well, it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead here and make a quick save, then I'll go ahead and take a look at ship and aircraft losses. It's been a good day for our submarines. Not so much off the coast of, like, San Diego. Would have been nice to have seen a few more hits there. But, well, we can try and find them. We know there's ships in the area. We know they're not particularly quick, so we'll be able to find them. So you can see victory points there, changing over, which is quite nice. I mean, obviously, Port Moresby is... How much is it worth to us? It's worth 300 to us. It wasn't worth that much to him. So it's worthwhile having that. Yeah, just retreat across. Oh well. So take a look at the aircraft losses here today, man. So a Key 48 Lily and a Key 15 Babs, only 2 aircraft today. Aircraft, not aircraft. Ships sunk today then. So we had the City of Elwood, which is worth 9. We had the Volk, which is quite good of Volk. AVPs are very nice. I really do wish we had AVPs. We do not. Sadly. And that is a Hog Island. Oh, she can be converted to an AKE. So that's actually quite nice to sink there. Let's see. I've turned up the actual settings for the scroll and I'm not used to it, actually. So sort them out this way. We have no detection I5, no detection I2. So we'll figure out the hex where we actually hit them and move out that way, follow in towards likely targets. We have been met with some success over this way as well in recent days. Indeed. If we take a look then, we see some ships over here, just the one ship right now. No detection I-16, row 67. Yeah, we've hit a few Canadian ships. At least ships out of Canada. Yeah, so that was some PT boats. I do wonder where they'd come from, actually. So we're not seeing anything in these waters for quite some time. The amusing thing is he actually went into a PB and some AKs, like perfect targets there, essentially. Now, we are gearing up to land on Java. Very much late behind the schedule, but that's fine. Busuanga. Busuanga. There's Busuanga again. That name... Oh, Busuanga. It rings a bell to try and remember when it is now. Oh, Luzon. Oh, I see, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, Busuanga. That's the name I haven't thought about for a while. That's where we landed with the paratroopers, isn't it? Indeed. As we actually some shipping over here, I had PT there. I can't recall, to be honest. Right then, no. Oh no, that was in the Deadman game. When will you land on Java? It is going to be soon. It's going to be within the next few days, really. Within the next few days, we can organise that. Yeah, definitely within the next few days. I wanted to clear Singapore and mines, and it looks like it has been accomplished. It looks like we have cleared Singapore and mines, which is good. That's excellent, man. So yeah, we'll definitely take a look. We'll definitely sort out the actual transportation, because I'd like to get a couple of divisions from Singapore carried over. As long as I can actually take a port, then we'll be good. We always have that way in then to work with. Yeah, so you can see these assets are resting right now. I do have the artillery going north, because I'm not going to have the artillery sent to something like Java. It's a shame that we're having to consider sending in so much force to Java, but I would rather have something finished. We'll take a look. It's easy for us that he has decided to actually group himself well, to actually build up Batavia, because it means I can actually isolate Batavia fairly easily. And I'd rather fight him in Batavia than anywhere else, really. And it would be nice in Sotomayor, but you understand the point. It's easy to actually surround him here. I'd rather not fight him in mountains, as we learned. So make use of that. So we do have our division set to recover here. They'll recover fairly quickly. You can see 5th Division does have a lot of fatigue and disruption. Well, not so much disruption, but fatigue. So it'll not take too long. Yeah, Batavia's times 2. Like, if I could fight him in Surabaya, I'd fight him in Surabaya. But what I mean is, it's like, he isn't in Surabaya, but in the north, I'd rather fight him here in Batavia. Because that's where he is, frankly. I'd rather fight him there when he is. That's at least is actually, I can cut him off. That's the point I'm trying to make. Honestly, if I had the choice, I'd fight him in clear terrain, or I'd rather him just surrender. But, you know, we can't always have what we want there. So, let's see then. What did we have in motion? I'm trying to recall what we had in motion now. Still building up the air power. I do have the actual air power in Malaya that was able to rest the turn, which is good. So, yeah, the good news is at least we do have the air power that can be transferred to Thailand, so we can actually begin to hit Rangoon. He has those fighters and aircraft there. He's so very bold with bringing in ships like that. I can understand why, because he hasn't been punished, but he is going to be punished. It's gonna happen. I mean, he should always have an escort there. But okay, that's fine. Works for me. So he does have the forces over here. He has forces over here with Goo. And what I would like to do is actually have SunYan actually just used to house AKEs, and then we just bombard Pagoo when we get to the opportunity. When we have that opportunity, I should say. So we do see a number of ships in here. 17 units. Okay. We'll have to devise our options there. We do have, frankly, a lot we can do. I do have aviation moving to the north over here towards SunYan. I could potentially make use of Tavoy, considering it's a times 4 airfield, and I might do that. I consider it was worthwhile having a little bit, well, more aviation support over here at SunYan. And in fact, actually having some aviation support would all be quite nice. I would potentially make use of Tavoy, but in fairness, I could just make use of, like, Chiang Mai, SunYan. And the times 4 is nice, but I'm not as aligned to actually base from Tavoy. Chiang Mai building up, which is good. Gonna get that built up. Good news is we'll have assets that we can actually have moved up there then shortly. It would have been nice to have had a larger airfield, but hey, we'll work on that. As we see over here at Quay Lin, we do see 6 units, but the fact that he's seeded the wooded rough terrain is just superb. There's just not much he can do now. We see 3 units to the north over here. I can't tell if they're moving to the south. They might be, but I can't see that. So we are going to march onto that. We do have our assets here. We can see that we had the 35th Division broken up just to rest while it had the opportunity to do so, which is nice. So we'll have them rebuilt. Yep, there we go. 6th Division here. We have a fairly decent amount of force. I mean, 1463 AV isn't too bad. I would have preferred more, in all honesty, but it is what it is. So we'll have them march Quay Lin. So we're going to set all to the same operation mode. We're going to set all to follow. Obviously all to prepare for Quay Lin if they're not already. Yep, I'm trying to get additional forces down this way. We do have 17th Division, which is moving down that way as well. So there's another 388 assault by, which is nice. I could obviously do the Covenant of Disabled Squads, but it's another division. But the good news is we're at Quay Lin. We are on the way to Quay Lin. He hasn't kept us in the wooded rough terrain, which is going to cost him. Bjarne gets the BBR class in Indian Ocean. If you want to operate ships near Pagoo, you need BB cover. Well, I mean, the fact is, when we're operating ships near Pagoo, we are going to have essentially... I mean, I'm envisioning either heavy cruisers, and probably not likely to see BBs just because it takes quite a lot of effort to get them out there. Heavy cruisers are worthwhile, but do bear in mind that we do have the capability to throw torpedo bombers out that way. He will have BBs, but I would be more than happy about a chance to get a shot at them. But it's a good point. It's a good point, and it's well made. We do obviously have to take into consideration that the RN is still out here. But what we'll do when we get into this area, we do need to secure Port Blair properly. We would have had that had I bloody had them in the correct operations mode, not rest and training when they bloody landed. That was my fault. But we'll have that secured properly. We'll have this area built up, and we'll make use of it. We are quite bloody well far behind in this game, but we'll make ground where we can. Okay, I'm going to have them shock attack here. Though, actually, there should be no fortifications. What is the actual terrain there? Jungle. No, I'm just going to go for a deliberate attack. There's no point giving him another chance to actually shoot us, really, isn't it? Let's go for the deliberate attack, then. Right, there we go. Kidbatai, we do have mini Kidbatai in BLeAcHACiD, and in all honesty, I'm not too sure really what I want to do with them. We do have a few options. I would like, and honestly, what I might prefer to do is actually have Kidbatai move out, well, mini Kidbatai move out into the Andaman Sea, and I would like to actually hit a lot of shipping in this area. We do see lots of ships over here, but they're not the ones I'm particularly interested in. It would be nice to try and push against the Royal Navy in this area and try and decimate it if we could. We do have Kidbatai, which is in port over here. Well, actually, we decided to call it Combined Fleet, didn't we? So they're in here. Let's see, all ships. Yeah, so we have Hira, Solvdu, undergoing repairs at the moment. So we have 4 fleet carriers here. We do have Hiei, Karashima, Nagato, Matsu, Yamashiro, Issei, Hyuga. And we do have a good number of heavy cruisers there. So we do have a good number of actual assets out this way. Yeah, as you say, they're the Far East Fleet. Is that the name of the Royal Navy forces in that area? I'd imagine so. It would be great. It would be very nice to be able to sink them. It would definitely earn us quite a few VP back. As far as I can tell, his carriers are somewhere in this area. I obviously see some ships over here. AKs, okay. Well, that's nice. We'll try and hit those guys. So this is it. Royal Navy East Fleet, okay. I don't know where his carriers are right now exactly, but I've got to... They're probably in this sort of area. They're probably in this area. Maybe down here in New Zealand, but they're definitely in this area around here somewhere. The dangerous times are passing, really, because we are not too far away from actually having our forces consolidated. I decided to go ahead and actually consolidate the key 43s over here. Obviously, we do have elements of them on the other bases. I do need to move in here. Same as this G3s. It gets 6 BBs, if I remember, plus 3 carriers. Well, that's interesting to know. I don't know exactly when all the carriers arrive. I imagine he would have one possibly now. It's an interesting one regarding the Royal Navy carrier fleet. I don't know whether he has the actual RN carriers in the Indian Ocean, or whether he's actually operating them alongside his American carriers somewhere south of Australia. How you doing there, Mike? Good to have you, my good friend Michael Blue. Hard to say, really. If I take a look over here. So I think the key 43s... Yes, okay, so we have 2 squadrons over here. The truck they're going to be moving south. They were set to recover there. So we'll have them begin moving south again. It was nice to see that the cruiser mine layer survived. Little bit worrying, frankly. But I will try to lay mines there if we get the opportunity to do so. If I told them to lay mines, they would eventually lay the mines already. But we'll go ahead and we'll try and lay those mines, because I would like to actually secure Tulagi. Though in fairness, I'd likely be better getting the hell out of here. Yeah. It would be nice to bring the Key 48s, or the ASW pilots, further to the south, but I think it might be the best. We might just go ahead and show a little bit of caution there. I do have the DDs in the area, so it would be preferable to have them move into Tulagi and actually try and depth charge that thing. I don't know about this turn. We'll take a look. I know there's a real big concern about getting the operation started in Burma, but the thing is we can't start the operations until we actually have everything in place. We want to build up our numbers, we want to have things actually built up. We could start it, but we'd start it half-caught, we'd start it and we'd end up suffering. It's better to be able to go ahead and sustain operations, rather than having them start in, like, well, have fits and starts. But we'll take a look. I need to refamiliarize myself with the situation again to take a look at that. But I can't imagine it'd be far away, really. Okay, so we have our assets over here to Buna. Buna being built up now, which is looking good. So we're at 12% into a level 1 airfield, sorry, to level 2 airfields. Aviation sport's looking pretty handy there, which is nice. Yeah. Especially in this game, because we have left it so long, but we'll work with that. God, I can't believe I was using floatplanes like that. Oh dear. Oh well. So let's see here. Sub there. 2 subs over here. We see a sub here. Okay. I am sending a cruiser mine layer to go ahead and lay... Wow, they are really quite low on fuel, aren't they? So they're being sent there to lay a minefield. I might as well have them refueled there. I like floatplanes, but I just wish I had the Jakes. And I wish I had them with the proper pilots. Okay, so these fellows are marching down towards Moresby. They're making good progress right now because they do have a road, but what I'm going to do is cancel that because I could have them moved out, either via... I could have them... Well, the motorized support can't be flown in, but I could have the rest flown in. There's only that little bit of support there. I'll have them moved out by ship in the near future, really. Okay. Yeah, Port Moresby really doesn't mean that much. It's useful to have, but I don't think I'm going to do that much with it, frankly. Need to go ahead and send some engineers up here to build up Nadzab and Wow, War. Something like that. Right. I did tell them to not attack this time because they did accrue quite a bit of fatigue. Might give it another turn of an attack. Building up Rabal, which is nice. Not too far away from Size 6. I'd like to get it higher than that. Ambon is in need of bombardment. Yeah, I suppose we can put them in combat mode. I'll go ahead and rebuild that unit, put it in combat mode. We do have 14 engineers and the IGA engineers. I think they do... Yeah, we have a 61 there. Okay. And we'll have it in combat mode then for the time being. I was contemplating actually resting them, but I suppose it does make sense. So we'll go with that then. Put them into combat mode as well. Yeah, there we go. So in theory, 116. So okay, that's fair enough. That's a good point there made for. We'll go ahead and we'll do that. I do dearly wish those units would have actually surrendered. That would have made my life significantly easier, but hey. It prevents something of a lure for him, I suppose, then. He would be quite annoyed though if we got those units out. But I don't imagine he'll be able to do that. If he tries it, then that gives us a good opportunity to try and get at him. Okay, so do we have our forces moving here to south? We have our forces here, which are going to be attacking next turn. Let's see. Not that much going on right now. China. So I do have those units moving there. They're in the right mode, okay. 36th Division arrive. I'll have to go through the list and make sure everything's moving there. I think what we might do then, because there's 8 units over here, which is a fair amount of actual strength there. I may just potentially push along that road. Try and push that. He has a good deal of units over here. But if we can get into the clear terrain, we'll be able to deal with that. There's only 1 unit here. We do have, I think we do have an armored car unit. Yes, we do. 9th armored car. Ah. So we'll have that sent down this way. I wanted to go ahead and actually go ahead, give us that information that we need. Is this where he pulls the Dunkirk? Maybe. He could try. I'd like it. I would prefer him to try, frankly. But we'll see. Okay, we'll load that supply here. Okay. Yeah, so just need to ready for Java. I am sadly going to have to commit divisions from the forces over here at Singapore. If we can actually just destroy a good chunk of his AV at Batavia. If that looks... I think, if I recall, that's where he was actually based the majority of his AV. In fairness, if we can catch him in Java, then I'll take him on in Java. Sorry, in Batavia. He'll have fortifications, but frankly it doesn't particularly matter. It just makes it easy if he concentrates his forces like that. It'll take a couple of divisions. It'll take some time, but I think it can be done. And I prefer to get that finished off and have Java secured, and then move on Rangoon. Rangoon is a... It's a nice prize. I mean, there's refineries there. The real prize is like Magway. And... Lido over here with the oil there. They would be the real prizes. So this is it. Java. We do have some oil. Yeah, we have quite a bit of oil there in Sorbaya. But I do need to take it away from him. Otherwise it will become a consistent fawn, to quote Vergrim. But it can be won. This campaign can be won. Rangoon's going to be harder, but he's concentrating a lot of forces here. I do toy the idea of having the MKB brought into this area. We've cleared the port of Singapore of mines, it seems. We'll clear these bases. I would like to try and be able to achieve something of a silent arrival. And that might be achievable if I went around this way and then up. I could go that way, but I imagine we would be sighted, so probably would be better to go that way. Should be doable enough. Should be doable enough. Have our forces massing over here then. He had a unit retreat over here, which is a pain in the arse, but we'll deal with it. Yeah, I just need to get the forces here then. Mass those forces and begin moving down this road. 2 brigades over here. Complain about supply. I mean, they're on secondary road, so they'll be fine. Nah, that's looking fine then. Yep. And in all honesty, I'm going to have to go ahead and take some time just to go through the turn and just to try to recall what is going on, really. But it's gone fairly well. We do have Moresby that's fallen today. Singapore did fall, I believe it was yesterday. So we had some nice bases there. We do need to go ahead and take Bataan and take Mindanao properly. we are far behind on a lot of things, but it's not too bad. We are finally capturing some objectives that do free up AV now, which is not all that bad, really. So I'd like to say a big thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again in the future. So, thank you for watching. Then I hake up and I assume and I will see you in the future. Goodbye for now. Have a great evening, and an even better day.